Good girl, I'm not going anywhere right now, honey. We'll go later. Angie, if you fall, I wanna party with you all night. Angie, you wanna party? Do you wanna party with me in Texas tonight? I said, Angie, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Angie, are you partying in Texas tonight? I said, Angie, do-do-do-do-do-do. Angie, are your best homes partying in Texas tonight? Are you smoking reefer tonight? Is your check going alright? Are you partying on YouTube tonight? And yeah, do-do-do-do-do-do. And yeah, I hope you're gonna party in Texas tonight. Good girl, Daisy. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Joe, I probably asked you before, but I forget where you live. What state you live in? I see you, Daisy. You're a good girl, huh? Were you on that chat earlier today? Oh, Tasmania, okay. Yeah, sorry I cut off. What happened? I thought I was going to get some of that unemployment money for a while. Like for about a month. And then they never gave me any money, so I just quit checking it. Then I get an income tax thing. They sent me 10 grand. It's like, I never took one penny of this. But I'm trying to get a hold of them, which is a nightmare. I got a 1099, a W-2 for 10 grand. I never took a penny. But at least nobody swiped my account. That shows you how messed up this COVID payment stuff is. I never took a dime. And there's 10 grand in my name in an account somewhere, and I don't even know how to access it. Hi, Penny. Sorry for cutting you off. So that's what that phone call was earlier. You can't get a hold of these people through the internet, email. No, I don't want it. Phone. So somebody called me. It wasn't the right department, but at least I got to tell a person, go get this money, man. I don't want it. I don't even know how to get it. Because I said, Angie, do-do-do-do-do. Messing my party up. Good girl. Well, I said, Angie, do-do-do-do-do, Angie. Tasmania. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Joe, what time is it in Tasmania? Hey, Dolly. I don't know anything about Tasmania. Except I'd like to get a Tasmanian devil for Daisy to play with. Did you ever go to that crocodile guy, that Steve Irwin's zoo? You ever make it there? You got any photos of, you go down to the water much, Joe? You go down to the water, the ocean? And if you want to travel outside of Tasmania, is it expensive to fly out of there? Oh, Myrtle Beach, all right, I got a buddy of mine, Hilton Head. Yeah. Glad Friday is right. Oh, okay. Good for you, Penny. Hit that Ardbeg 10. So how far is the water for you, Joe, if you wanted to drive there? I mean, Tasmania is about the size of Detroit is now, about 500,000. If you come visit me, this summer, I'm going to be able to. It's going to take you 28 hours to get here. You think you're up for that? Oh, okay, good. You think you might get too much jet lag? That's interesting, Penny. That's excellent. I like this peaty Scotch, like I told you. And you're not going to beat that for that price point. No way. There's nothing that compares. There's not as good scotches like that they get $125 a bottle for all day long. Yeah. I don't know. You better get a physical before you leave, Joe. It's 28 hours, and that's if everything goes right. And then we're going to party all night when you get here. I'm going to take you to Walmart. Then I'm going to take you to Traverse City. And then I'm going to take you to Lake Huron to see where I video the ice. What do you want, hon? I don't want you getting run over, honey. You want to go out in the back? Okay, get ready. You want to go out in the back? Let's go out. You want to go out here? Want to go pee-pee? You want to go pee-pee? You want to go pee-pee? What, you want a treat? Treat or pee-pee? Treat? I'm gonna be partying with you tonight. And you party all night. Angie, la 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 la. Angie, we're gonna smoke some reefer all night. Angie, la 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 la. Angie. Oh, that's gonna be good. Now, Penny, did you know that because I talk about it, or hey, old dad, or did you just reorder new stuff and that just happened to be one of them? Because I can give you some other good recommendations if you believe what I say. If you sold a case in less than 2 weeks, they'll be back big time because that's a lot. I can give you some other good recommendations. It's West Branch, Michigan. Hey, Zach, how you doing? Hey, Rita, how's it going? Yeah, it'll be a good time, Joe. We'll go out with Dolly and her husband, John. We'll party all night. Oh, okay, I'll give you a little list. I'll make you a little list. I didn't forget about your rock either. I'm going to get around to doing that. You know, the mail is so slow lately. Hey, Cam, how you doing? Get a little warmer in winter? Right on, Dolly. Now, Joe, do you have a husband you're going to need to tell a big lie to, or are you single? Yeah, me too, Zach. Yeah, you know, Penny, I don't know what it's like where you're at. Oh, that's my girl. Good. Well, practice your lying in the mirror. Just tell them that you met a girl that likes camping and you've never been to Michigan. And then you can come out here for a couple of weeks and we'll go to swingers parties every night with Dolly and John. And then go back, and by that time we'll have taken a bunch of pictures of the lake and stuff, and it'll be believable. Good, that's my girl. I need you to come through on this now. Why not? Dolly, you may have an advantage over us all in that you'll ask for forgiveness on Sunday. Start over new on Monday. Or we'll just be linked to the baggage forever because we don't have that. Right on. K9 Viagra. Yeah, I get that from Erica. Good, Joe. That's good. That's perfect. Looking forward to it. Try and smuggle a Tasmanian devil in your luggage. I'll get it some tranquilizers. Oh, the Daytona 500. I forgot about that. All right, that sounds good, Dolly. Yeah, but even if you missed it, you got purgatory. Yeah, I'm not into car racing. Now, if the Indy 500 was across the street, now you want to drug it first. Shoot it with a tranquilizer dart. If the Indianapolis 500 was across the street, I wouldn't go see it. I don't know how people get into cars driving in circles. Oh, are they still drag racing at Milan? Do they even still? I thought they didn't have that anymore. I thought Milan drag racing place got sold a long time ago. Thank you, Dolly. Appreciate it. Pray that I never get impotent. Put that prayer to use. I had to take the Astro van to the Milan Dragway. Yeah, I'd like to go watch some cars drag race. Oh, it still runs? Oh, okay. I'd like to race against a newer van. Yeah, 4.3. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I went there a long time ago. They never bring the top fuel dragsters to Michigan anymore. Once you've seen those, that other stuff doesn't interest me that much. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing some of those Vipers and Hellcats race, but when you start paying to go see an event, that makes a big difference. Yeah, no, I thought the property got sold, but I guess not. Yeah. I practiced with my GoPro again today. Zach, weren't you thinking about doing videos for a while? Oh, okay, Ken. You're going to have to wear a mask when you're drag racing this time. You're going to have to leave the windows up too so it doesn't blow off. Yeah, harness racing, I think. I think the dog racing's all gone. Yeah, I used to be in aviation like that. Ken, you ever go to that Jack Miner's bird sanctuary? There's some place where they're racing harness horses. All hobbies are expensive. Drag racing, airplanes, boats, you name it. Even snowmobiles expensive now. I would highly recommend that GoPro 9, Zach. Yeah, I went over there as a kid one time. Hey, Shannon, how you doing? Oh, do you really? Oh, you ever melt any pistons with that? Yeah, YouTube's good. YouTube's fun, man. I look at how much time I spend on YouTube. It's unbelievable. Now I understand how people get through medical school. They spend the same amount of time as I do on YouTube. You wouldn't think you could devote that much time to it. I do too. And I'm talking about spending time on it unrelated to uploading videos. Hey, Cynthia, how you doing? Yeah, getting around to it's the hard part. Where are you at, Shannon? Where are you located? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with going on YouTube. No, I agree, Zach. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things on YouTube. Oh, Princess Daisy? Yeah, you can meet her. She's a great dog. She's not exactly friendly to new people. I mean, it takes a while to get to Daisy. It takes a long time for a stranger to get to know her. She'll back up to try and pet her. It takes a while. Some of my neighbors she never warmed up to. Some she did. It's weird. Then one day she'll come up to you and you won't back up, but you never know when. No, that's how it is, Zach. Doesn't make any sense. I watch neurosurgeon lectures. They get 100 views. Guy went to school for 16 years before he got a paycheck. Then some squirrels eating out of a bird feeder and it gets 3 million views. Hey, Chestnut, how you doing? I think so too, Cynthia, yeah. I don't have cable. Good, Chestnut. What do you want pictures of, Ken? Yeah, she likes Marguerite, Mary and Marguerite, yeah. It's funny how she does that. It's so weird. Some people she just never warms up to, backs away from them. If they kept pushing it, she'd snap at them. Oh no, they get petted even if they don't do something good. Oh, got you, Ken. Well, it's kind of over now. You can go in a restaurant today. I went down to Big Boy today, talked to them, talked to the manager, good guy. They're back open. A lot of people showing up, so I'm happy for them. I took that MIT open course. I didn't like it though. I thought the classes that were available were bullshit. Yeah, but if you look, they've got a name for that. They're not like going to MIT. It's not what it looks like. I took those open courses a long time ago. I didn't like them at all. And they've got another name for these things, audit classes, I think they call them, where you can go, but you can't get a grade, which I never thought, I never considered taking classes and not getting a grade, at least a college class. Well, you had a dream about Maddie? Oh, what was it? What'd you read about her? Yeah, I don't like the TED Talks as much as I used to. They seem like they kind of changed a little bit. They got a bunch of screwballs on there. I mean, when I saw Rich Franklin, the MMA fighter, doing a TED Talk, it kind of like turned me off. I mean, I get it, tough, you get knocked out, you come back, blah, blah, blah. But that's not why I'm turning into TED Talks. If I want to listen to a guy lecture about getting his brain rattled inside his skull, I think I'll go somewhere else. That's kind of how I am again, yeah. Yeah, I do see at certain ages you can take classes for free. That Lake States College up here, I think it's Lake States, or maybe that's not the name of it. The one that's up in Sault Ste. Marie, you can do it. Honestly, I just don't think I'd be that motivated if I wasn't going to get a grade. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just I don't. I mean, I do all sorts of shit without credit hours. Letting Daisy out for a second. Daisy loves to eat snow. The cat's really been going through the food out there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Oh, it's staticky. Can you guys hear me all right? Sometimes it's like the server on your end that causes the static. No, she eats it even when she's got water. Yeah. It's ham, cheese on a grilled bun. Hey, Melodic, are you going to be around? What are your days off this week? Oh, it's static. Everything's the same. I don't know why. It's nothing's different on my end. Unless there's some buffering going on. Yeah, I go to Big Boy rarely. Most of them are out of business. Hey, you think Monday night I could drop my car off over there in Skidway Lake and you could give me a ride? Oh, okay, Ken. Yeah, melted together. Yeah, you're right, Perkins. Yeah. I'm not really a big fan of Big Boy. Actually, I hadn't talked to the manager in quite a while. About a year, I bet. He told me it got him out of the salad bar, which he was grateful for. You know, with the COVID rules. Yeah, the one over in Taos where I go, I see that was open for takeout only. Oh, you like? Yeah, you know, I don't like ham, but I'll eat it in a Slim Jim. Isn't that weird? Hey, Faye, how you doing? You're right, Cynthia. They are. Salad bars are gross. I got a gross joke about a salad bar, but I don't think I'll tell it. Yeah, Greenwood Road. If you can't, I'll line it up another one, but I got to drop it off Monday night. Anytime. Okay, so the salad bar joke. Now don't get mad at me. Alethea, how you doing? Now don't get mad at me for this. I'm just repeating what I heard. There's Daisy out there. I'll let her out when it's light like this because you can see her. Hang on a second. I still don't like doing it though. The snow's too deep in the back. Daisy, come on in here, hon. I don't want you to get run over. Come on in here, hon. Come on. Come on now. Come on in here now. Yeah. Come on. I don't want you to get run over, hon. Come on in here. Hey. Hey. Good girl. Good girl, honey. Good girl. Wow. Good girl, hon. Thank you, hon. Good girl. I'll give you something else. Good girl. Wow. Wow. Good girl. Good girl. Thank you, honey. So, oh, 4:30 a.m. Yeah, early in the day be fine. Yeah, yep. Even earlier than that if you can. And if you can't do it, let me know. I'll get somebody else. No problem. Yeah, whatever you want's fine. Yep. I could do it any time you want. So here's the joke. No, Daisy's 7 years old. Yeah, here's the joke. So a restaurant decides to do some community involvement with the place where there are handicapped kids. What's the, you can't use handicap, physically challenged. So they figure they're going to do a test case and they bring the guy in and they're going to let him work the salad bar. And they show him, you know, how to fill up the chickpeas and the lettuce and all that kind of stuff. So as the day goes by, you can see there's something underneath the glass. I mean, there's something on the glass, and it doesn't look, you don't know what it is, but it looks like something that's not probably good. You know, gross. So one of the managers tells this new guy, you know, they're trying to be good and give him some work experience. They tell him to go out there and clean the glass. They send him out there like 11 o'clock, an hour later. The guy, you know, has got the glass top on the salad bar. An hour later, the manager comes out and he realizes that this guy is still cleaning the same spot in the glass, the salad bar. So he's going to go out and, you know, figure out what the hell's going on, think this guy doesn't know what he's doing. And he walks up to the guy and he's cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. And the guy realizes that the stuff that's on the glass is on the inside. Not that great of a joke, but that's why it wouldn't come off. Yeah, I know. That's why I don't tell it. It's actually grosser than that, but I didn't want to say that. It's grosser than that, but I didn't want to add that part. It is gross. The way the joke really goes is that a customer comes to the manager. It doesn't matter, anytime, intellectual, anytime. The joke, the real joke is that a customer comes up to the manager and says, I think somebody sneezed on the glass at the salad bar. That's the joke. And somebody did sneeze on the glass at the salad bar, but it was from underneath. You get it now, Cynthia? Yeah. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, salad bars, there's certain things, man. Salad bars and cruise ships. I just can't see, unless this totally gets eliminated. I don't know how these places are going to make it. That's why the big boy manager was so happy. He said this got him out of the salad bar. You got a lot of retirees, penny pinchers, limited income. They want to eat, 9 bowls of soup, 8 salads, and 1.5 pounds of carrots for $5.99. No, they don't. It's against the health law now, salad bars. So there's no money in it. You can't win either way. Either you're losing your ass or you're listening to people bitch. You're going to find in restaurants now these people that have been able to, iceberg lettuce. Yeah, it's a waste of time. You're right, Perkins. Yeah, no nutrition in it at all. Yeah. So he's glad that, there's been a silver lining in that they're not doing the salad bar anymore. I've been swallowing these St. John's wort like they're jelly beans. St. John's wort, omega-3 fish oil, and 5-HTP. Really, Mary? How about that Chinese place over there on 6th and Telegraph? Yeah, but a wedge salad, once again, it's iceberg lettuce. The only thing that makes it good is the dressing, bacon bits, and blue cheese. There's no nutrition in iceberg lettuce. Those are small clues that you can tell on if a place has got good food or not. Yeah, I'm trying anything. If they use romaine lettuce. Hey, Erica, how you doing? If the food is, Erica, I forgot to do that little video of your son's channel again. Will you send that link again? I subscribed. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll do that when I get off here. Also, 6 Mile Mary, I'll do that video on that missing girl. I'll do a little video. Who do you think should I just leave it open and people can contact me? Or do you want me to put a contact number? I hate to give numbers and emails with these stalkers out there. If somebody has seen her, or they get a hold of me and I get a hold of you. Oh, yeah, do they work for you, intellectual? Oh, okay, 6 Mile. Okay. Good, Erica. You still feeling better? Did you do that run like you were talking about? Yeah, you're right, Dan. Oh, okay. So if somebody says, yeah, I know where she's at, what should I do? Find out where it is and just contact you? Oh, okay, call home. All right, I'll do that. All right. Hey, Debbie and Dave. I hope you checked out that video. Now, the first one was 4K. The one that I said, Debbie and Dave, 4K, here it is. The second one was not. And I'll tell you why it was not. Because GoPros are cool. I like this GoPro 9. But when you go into these wacko modes like hyper mode and warp mode, wide, narrow, and half speed, and three-quarter speed, that takes away the 4K. Any of those really advanced settings, it's 1080. And they have some 5K something. I don't know what it is. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, okay, Erica. You ever tried any of these natural supplements for depression, Erica? Never was a fan. Yeah, never really liked Max place. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not for me. I just, if you gave me $100 gift certificate, I'd give it away. Oh, did you notice the difference, Debbie? Dave? Oh, good. I'm going to upgrade on a desktop pretty soon, and I don't have a 4K monitor myself. So actually, your videos are coming across, my videos are coming across better to you than they are for me. How many of you people out there have a 4K monitor unrelated to a cell phone? Do many of you guys have a monitor that's 4K? Oh, does it? That's why I got that medical marijuana card. Because I thought it'd help with like depression and stuff like that, but it really didn't. Oh, it helps you, Cynthia? Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Erica. Appreciate it. Yeah, weed for depression. Yeah, believe it or not. Yeah. Mary, do you take the indica or the sativa? Oh, there are two different kinds of marijuana, a stimulant kind or a relaxing kind. Oh, thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah, I don't have a 4K thing. So they really are, you do definitely notice a difference in the 4K, huh? Oh, way to go, Africa. Oh, you're welcome, Erica. Oh, good for you. Good, Mary. I did try it more than once. Yeah, it wasn't for me. I tried every version they had. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I never smoked marijuana, no. One, they said one. I'll believe it when I see it, Tim. Yeah, funny you should ask that. Yeah, believe it when I see it. New bulge. See, here's my thinking on this, which is nuts. I would always agree with this. And that is, I just got a new starter put in. I got both window motors replaced, $600 back in the summer. And in my twisted mind, I want to get some more miles out of this thing. It just got a brake job. So really, it has needed a front end parts for a long time. That's not the first time I've done it. I've never done a complete replacement, like the ball joints. So I'm going to have it completely done, and I'm thinking I'll get another 100,000 out of it easy. But I'm way ahead of the game as far as anything that's cost me. I got a new fuel pump now. I got a water pump a year ago. I got original trans, original radiator, original power steering pump. It's about my third alternator. So, and I like it. I might just sell that Toyota I have. I just can't get into it for some reason. I just don't even, honestly, I have fun going out and driving around the Astrovan on a day like today. All-wheel drives, winter tires. And that's two-wheel drive, and I just don't think, when it's going to snow, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I can go out there and drive and not think anything. Yeah, you know that, man. That's nothing. Plus my insurance, $670 a year. Of course, there's no collision. Now the downside of rolling the dice like this, oh God, I'm glad it wasn't. The downside is if I get in an accident, I'm screwed because it doesn't make sense to pay collision because they're not going to give me anything for it anymore. They're going to give me Blue Book. I mean, if you've got an antique, you can insure it for value, but it doesn't. It's not old enough to do that. Right on, Erica. Smoking's a more effective way of getting it into your bloodstream, though. Way better than swallowing it, even if it's in gummy form. Right on, Tim, yeah. Now my air conditioner hasn't worked in about 4 years. And I would have, if I'd have known that then, I would have got it fixed. But now that I've suffered through 2 barn burning 90-degree summers, it makes me not want to get it. Because it's like $2,100. But if I'd have known then, I would have got it fixed. Yeah, I mean, who the hell? I mean, this weather's been crazy. Who the hell? We had August weather all summer long here. No air, nope. And that last summer was a killer, and the summer before was hot too. Oh, big time. I don't even like any of the new cars. Little cheesy, light plastic rims, plastic bumpers. You can reach across and unlock the other door without even bending sideways. Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of women that have said that they don't like their hair blowing all over and they feel dirty when the windows are open. Oh, did somebody help you with that the other night, Mary, or not? Yeah, no air. I mean, unless it's like, if I didn't have Daisy, I wouldn't give a shit about it. But there were times in the summer where I left her at the hotel. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. They are blinding. You're right about that. No, I hate that 90-degree weather. If I never saw another 90-degree day, it'd be too soon. Yeah, it was an ass kicker last summer. Oh, do you, Penny? See, Penny's not high maintenance. I don't know if you'd consider that part of being high maintenance. But... Oh, okay, Mary. Sorry about that. I thought for sure somebody'd know the answer to that. I've tried Roku. I've tried that Gmail thing. I didn't like it that much. I mean, there have been a few days this year I wish TV was on, but not much. Sports, I don't like watching it without crowds. MMA, it's not worth the pay-per-view anymore. Back when Mike Tyson was fighting in the MMA was top John Jones, I didn't give a shit what they charged. But now with that gone, there's no good boxing on anymore. Before you used to be able to get Showtime and HBO as a premium channel add-on. They're not even doing boxing hardly. Yeah, that's a good point, Cynthia. Oh, you like the Fire Stick? YouTube keeps pushing this TV. I'm not sure how you do that. I got quite a stretch between my bedroom and my router. Yeah, I love the world-class boxing. You can't beat it. There's a reason why the fighters get $50 million and the MMA guys get 50,000. I don't think MMA is a legitimate world-class sport. Nah, that's enough Penang for me for a while. I think Daisy wants to go out and get a cat. What do you want, man? Huh? What do you want, honey? You know, I take her for a walk, but the snow's too deep. I tried doing it. What, honey? It's too deep, hon. I don't want you to get run over. No, I think I'm East Taoist out for a while. There's nothing new over there. Hi, honey. Daisy loves going bye-bye. Oh, yeah, loves that. Sure does. That's my girl, huh? It's a good girl. Oh, well, I should have taken her to the trails today. Maybe I'll take her out to the airport in a little while. Let her run down the parking lot. No, she's had a lot to eat. Good girl, honey. That's what I think I'll do. I'll do that. Yeah, I love James Stoney. Actually, I met his mother a couple times. She had a bakery in Ann Arbor. Yeah, I mean, James Toney, he belonged to a kickboxing club I belonged to. He started out as a kickboxer. James Toney didn't start boxing until he was about 19. He also had a full ride scholarship as a quarterback to Western. Hell of an athlete, but any guy that could start boxing that late just had supernatural talent, hard to hit, slip punches better than anybody. His mom was a very refined, educated. She's got a master's degree from the University of Michigan. And he's just kind of, I think James Toney's got some brain damage. Yeah, I know what you mean, Cynthia. Oh, good baby. Good girl. For about the first 3 years, I couldn't even pick up Daisy. She'd squirm and want me to set her down. Took forever to be able to clip her nails and give her a bath. Hey Nathan, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? Plus they're lying. That's not steak at all. It's cheap hamburger. It's amazing how many people get tricked on food. If you've been around 100 years, you could basically sell anything on a bun. You'd still be busy. Yeah, you must live in a big town, Tim. You must live in a huge area. I tried that here, but it's too far. Our closest tower is in Saginaw, way too far. I mean, I'm sure if I could get 100 foot antenna, I may pull it off. Yeah, plus that place is dirty. Hey, baby, what are you doing, babies? That's not a good girl, huh? I don't know. Yeah, I love Mayweather. I think he's the best boxer ever. I was just watching some Mayweather videos last night. He was a power puncher earlier in his career. Watch what he did to Diego Corrales and Angel Manfredi. He's a genius as a fighter, just super talent. On Sunday, on Friday, it's about as good as it gets. Friday, you're lucky to get 25 people to come on. I don't know why. No, I know it. Yep, always have a line. Yep. Yeah, he was a beast. So yeah, I mean, his personality. He's really matured a lot too. But as far as the skill level, off the charts. Yeah. And he can power punch if he wants to. But look back at the Corrales fight. It's on YouTube. And Angel Manfredi. And when he beat Corrales, he was knocking out everybody. He also made the redheaded Mexican look like an amateur. No, he's got the entire package. What's that redheaded Mexican boxer's name? Canelo, yeah, yep. He made him look like a complete amateur. He did it to Garcia. He's undefeated as a pro. He got better and better and better. I mean, he made a legitimate world-class pro boxer. He could have knocked Conor McGregor out in the first 15 seconds if he felt like it. He was just having fun. Married, no children. Questions in what regard, Cindy? Yeah, I was surprised. Lomachenko got his ass kicked by that young Hispanic kid. Starts with a T. That guy's got just crazy talent. Yeah, Lomachenko got his ass handed to him. I never thought I'd see that. Of course, I never thought Tampa Bay could beat Kansas City. I still can't help but think deep down if the bookies get to these people. I know that sounds crazy because the team I thought would win didn't win, but it just doesn't seem possible. I mean, to me, when a 43-year-old quarterback wins the Super Bowl, something is really wrong with the league. I mean, you can do that in golf, but you're not doing it in any other sport, which makes me think, which I'm suspicious about. Kansas City kicks everybody's ass all year long. You got a young MVP that can throw the ball both hands 80 yards, and he gets his ass handed to him. It just doesn't add up. If you look at Kansas City's quarterback, there's some pretty good YouTubes on there. There's one YouTube video about what you don't know about him. You know, he was drafted by the Tigers as a baseball player, as a pitcher and an outfielder. Was good at karate. I mean, he's a freak athlete. I mean, super athlete. They do love Tom Brady. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah, but you know, Tom Brady, it's great that I mean, good for Tampa. I mean, it worked. But they got a lot of good players. It wasn't just Brady. I mean, you can argue it's not Brady why they won. But, you know, he certainly isn't part of any long-range plans. Well, his stats have went down. I mean, you got to give the guy credit. He did get that far and he did win. No, he never played baseball. He got drafted. First round, too, like the 18th pick or something. So he was a beast. Hey, Emily, how you doing? Yeah, he seems like a nice kid. His girlfriend seems nice, too. You know, she played pro soccer in Iceland. I don't know if you know that or not. Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. He's got a crazy contract. Guaranteed, $500 million contract. All guaranteed. Yeah, I remember his dad. His dad was always getting into trouble. The dad really wasn't that great of an athlete. He did hang around the Major League Baseball for, I don't know, 8 years or so, but he wasn't that great. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Oh, I know. She gets pissed. You want to see some fun tweeting? Look at Matthew Stafford's wife, and she's got a jail free card for the rest of her life. She had a brain tumor, and her tweets, they drive people crazy. Yeah, she got pissed off. She likes the guy. Yeah, I love Matt Stafford. I would like nothing more than Matt Stafford to get a Super Bowl somewhere. I hope that happens to him. There's something that I don't really get this Goff trade. I mean, I know why Stafford wanted to get the hell out of Detroit. I don't blame him. But Goff, man, I don't know whether Goff tried to screw the coach's wife or what, but he did something really bad because Goff is a young player, took them to the Super Bowl, and he was great. I think along the way, some way, he got his confidence broke, and I'm not sure how. Something big happened there, and I don't think it was all related to playing. Whether they got in a heated argument and he just said some shit, they were going to get rid of him no matter what. Goff doesn't seem like a guy like that. But you don't know. You see these guys on TV. He's got an odd medical disorder where his body doesn't digest meat. Yeah, she had a brain tumor, yeah. If you Google it, there's all sorts of stuff about it. And she had like a pretty extensive rehab. So I got an idea. This just wasn't some little benign tumor that everything was going to be fine. Oh, really, Emily, huh? Okay. I see the University of Michigan has a sprinter sophomore that's kicking everybody's ass. I mean, they had a thing on internet about her a week ago. She's in a relay and like they were in last place. She passed everybody. And when you're at that level, how you catch up to someone in a shorter race that's a relay when there's only like 8 or 4 laps seems impossible. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to see the numbers on sports, the revenue for teams. All the gravy money comes from the hot dogs and the t-shirts. And I think she does, yeah. But she was with me all day today. I don't know what she's complaining about. I'll take her out again in a little while. Yeah, I've got some ground lamb, that package of ground lamb. I'll probably broil that in the broiler. Transgender people playing. I haven't really thought of it that much. I don't really know. I mean, if it's a guy and he see transgender. I mean, no, transsexual is different. Transgender. If you're a guy and you play on a girls' team, that would seem a disadvantage to me. You know, yeah, I didn't realize until Meg came on the chat one that May came on the chat one night, and that she's like a girl that spent used to be a well, is it plays the role of a girl. If you saw the real pictures of May, you would think it would be like some TV anchor. I mean, she's paid a ton of money for plastic surgery, hormone treatment. I mean, she looks like a pretty woman. I mean, no tricks till you reach down there and grab onto that 8-inch schlong under a dress. But I never realized, because I never really checked into it, that
that these transgender people, like she's got breast implants, but still has guy anatomy. I never really knew how it worked. Oh, that's cool, intellectual. Oh, that's the new rule, huh? Oh, are they, Debbie? Okay. Yeah, it just seems like there'd be, yeah, I don't know. It's just like, do you think gays should be allowed in the Boy Scouts? Gay Boy Scouts. Do you think a girl should be able to join the Boy Scouts? All I can say is I'm glad that I don't have to deal with it. No, it's better and better. They're getting a lot better. Yeah. You guys ever watch those voice coaches on YouTube? That Ken Tamlin? Anybody ever watch Ken Tamlin's voice coach? You ever watch any of the people he has on there, his singing? Anybody ever catch one of those? Yeah, I mean, he's a religious nut. He was in Christian bands and stuff. Seems like a hell of a nice guy, but if I was betting, I'd give you 10-1 odds that the last couple of women on there that are singing songs, man, they sure look trans hell to me. Pretty sure. But I think if he knew about that, I don't think he'd be cool with it because he's such a Bible toter. Maybe you don't know where people are coming from, Maybe he thinks God tells him to don't worry about it. It's not your business. This is about singing, not sex. But man, I'll tell you, that'd be my bet. I still think that you couldn't fake me out on that. Maybe drunk in a dark bar you could, but I don't think you'd fake me out with a transgender under normal conditions sober. There's still too many clues out there. Mainly like forearm size, head size, but the big giveaway is hands. I mean, if you get a transgender that happens to have Donald Trump size hands, they certainly pull it off easier than a guy with normal man size hands. But that'd be the one dead. The Adam's apple, they get rid of that now. So that's not the old. In the hips, oh, serious intellectual, no kidding, huh? Wow. The package. Yeah. I don't think I would be. I don't think I would be fooled, no. But, I'm not bragging. I just don't think I would be. If I was 20 and didn't know shit, but I think I could pick it out. And honestly, I think to me, just my opinion, in this instance, the voice would be a giveaway. Yeah, I mean, you can inject all the hormones you want and practice your opera singing while you're taking a shower, but to get that truly feminine voice, there's no hormones going to do that. It's like gay guy talk, I mean, it's a guy, but it's a gay guy. I mean, I don't give a shit one way or the other. I'm just saying that I think I could pick it out. Oh, I bet there are. They're everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah. Trannies, yeah. Now here's the deal. What do you guys think of this? So say this is for the guys. You're a guy. You meet a tranny. You don't know it. You date. You have sex. I mean, sort of. Certainly, you're not having intercourse. In an example like May, and you find out 6 months later it was a transgender. Would that piss you off? Would you feel offended? That's an interesting question because do you think a transgender should allow for disclosure right out of the chute? Do you think they should say, hey, by the way, I'm transgender? What do you think about this? There's a cat eating the food. That's the one that was locked up in my car for a week. You'd be pissed off, huh? Oh, do you, Erica? So you think they're obligated to bring this up, even though you had a good time and everything was fine? You feel like you're entitled to that information? Yeah, 6 months, no intercourse. Oh, okay. You think dishonest? Okay. They're all over. I uploaded them, Justin. Pay attention. You'd be mad, huh? Okay. Oh, you think they should tell him? Okay. No, people get I don't want to say tricked, but there are people that are unaware of this. Oh, you think so, Mary? Okay. But here's the deal. Now, this is just for the sake of argument. Here's the sake for argument, okay? If you love their personality, they were like your dream partner. The sex was good as much as you had. What's the issue? I mean, what makes you mad about this? You think it is telling, huh? Yeah. Yeah, thanks, 12. I mean, what bothers you about this? Yeah. I mean, do you think it would cause you therapy? How about this? You date someone for 6 months, the same scenario that I just spelled out, and you find out, you reach down there and there's a big old 9-incher under the dress. Do you keep it to yourself or do you share this with your friends? Intellectual, if this had ever happened before you got married and you were the love of your life, and you reached down there and you grabbed old Johnny Wad size pecker, is that something you keep to yourself or would you tell your friends? Oh, Mary, if that was a Johnny Wad size pecker, you wouldn't run anywhere. Your ship would come in. That's Perkins. Now we're talking. This is what I like of my trusty members. Perkins, that is excellent answer. You could share it with the chat. That's what I want to hear. You tell your friends. Okay, well, that says a lot about you. You try and assess personalities, 9-inch long, yeah. Okay. I mean, this has happened. I'm not like totally making this up. Mary, if they were, I don't know, transgender, whatever, it's the wrong side example for you, Mary. But if you knew that the guy you were with used to be a girl and it was the size of Johnny Holmes, you wouldn't run anywhere except to the nearest hotel room. Now we're giving examples on if people were, I don't want to say duped by a transgender. I mean, it's an interesting argument if a transgender should have to disclose this. If somebody decides that they want to be a different sex, and isn't that up to them? I mean, they're living the life of the other sex. They're taking the hormones. They've done the therapy. They've done their due diligence. No, I'm saying if it was a woman that turned into a man, Mary, that got a 10-incher. Thank you, intellectual. Great answer. There you go. Okay, good. We're getting somewhere then. All right. Okay. Okay, Mary, oh, there's an honest answer, so you know. There, look at Joe, yes, Tasmania. Size does matter. You're right about that, Joe. There's so many women, but like here's an example. In the fall, birds fly south. Salmon swim upstream when it's time to lay eggs. And I consider the same behavior about women when you ask them how big their boyfriend was before you met him. They got this deer in the headlights look, and they kind of blink a little bit, and they say they really never paid attention. It wasn't important to them. I mean, if Pinocchio was real, their nose would bust out right through the front windshield. I mean, who's shitting who? It's kind of a joke. It's not how big it is, it's the way you use it. But that's not entirely true. That's like a punchline in a joke. If you get to know women as friends and they really level with you, they'll tell their girlfriends that their old boyfriend was hung like a horse, but they're not going to tell the new guy they're dating that. It's just the way it is. Okay, Mary, yeah, it was an honest answer. Right. Yeah. What would I do? Did you ask me that, Erica? Yeah. Honestly, if I'd be pissed. I guess I'll take the shallow hit on this one. I think I'd be really pissed. Yeah. I don't know if I'd be. I don't think I'd be as pissed now as I'd have been pissed if I was 21. I think that would have attacked my whole inner psyche as a 21-year-old. Where at this stage of the game, I mean, I think it would bother me, but not at the same degree. I mean, you're embarrassed when there's a third party to witness this. And if it was just me and nobody knew about it, I'm not going to be walking around my own home with a red face. Yeah. And I try to cancel out of my mind, God damn, that was some good head. Yeah, I'd have to scratch that from my repertoire of memories. I'd probably go see a Jewish psychiatrist and say, hey, look, I got tricked. I know it's not a proper term by this transgender. Everything was going great. She gave fantastic head. I thought this relationship was going somewhere, and then things developed, and I reached down there and grabbed a 9-inch schlong, and it's over. And you said, well, okay, people get tricked all the time, Tom. What brings you here? I'll say, what brings me here was some really good head. And that's what bothers me. You don't think I'm gay, do you, doctor? It's of course you're not gay. You're just someone that's been used, and you want to be whole again. And for $11,000 because I'm out of network, I will help you not think about this anymore. And just for food for thought, Tom, and I don't want you to dwell on this. I want you to just try and convert these feelings and this experience into, it was very bad head. And before you know it, you won't be thinking about it anymore. I mean, Tom, if you think you're going to spend the rest of your life comparing that experience to other women, then this is going to be a long-range goal. No, it's not. No, I'm just saying how I think it would have affected me. It could have been a true story, though. It could be. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd be pissed about it. Yeah. No, I don't know if pissed. It's that's not a fair description of it all. I don't know if I'd say pissed. I can't really say disappointed. I mean, can you take back great head? Thank you, Virginia. I mean, how can you take back good feelings? I mean, it's a real conundrum. It really is, which is why I'm glad it never happened to me. I think from then on out, if I was dating, I'd say, I know this sounds weird, and I don't blame you if you never want to go out with me again. Could you pull down your pants? It's that is really weird. We haven't even done anything yet. I know it seems weird to you, but I had a really bad experience with someone that I cared deeply for. I try not to use the word deeply because it would trigger me. I'd say somebody I really liked a lot. We did everything together. They were my soulmate until I reached down there and they were hung like a horse and they never said a word. And I had to get therapy over it. Yeah. Well, this is a practice run in case anybody on here ever has this happen. Yeah. Yeah, it would be. I hope it doesn't happen, to be honest with you. It hasn't. It's probably not going to happen now, but you never know. Listen to the lyrics in that song, One Night in Bangkok. That ain't no shit. And I'm talking about this in the sense of everyday life. Them coming over, watching a movie, taking a trip up to Mackinac. How about a dark bar in Taiwan? I mean, the odds go way up. No, your true record is so true. Yeah. Anytime, Archie, I'm here to help. Anytime. Yeah, you're right, Perkins. Anytime. Everyday life, sure is. Hey, did it really, 6 Mile Mary? Now, if you follow, the news, there are people that are into this. Eddie Murphy, Jerome Bettis. They've been caught in known transgender areas after hours. I mean, if that's what you're into, fine. I'm talking about getting tricked under traditional dating. Yeah. Oh, no kidding, man. Huh? Yeah, I mean, it's like the opposite of winning the lottery. Hey, speaking of lottery, I won $200 on my Powerball ticket. You believe that? Oh my God. Oh, no kidding, 6 Mile Mary. Now, how do you know he wasn't looking for that to begin with? If he was up at 6 in Woodward, I mean, there was a good chance that was going to happen. Yeah, back in the 70s. Quiet, Daisy. Daisy wants to get out and chase that cat. Huh. He was probably into it. You're not getting the cat, Daisy. Yeah. I'm surprised he ever lived that down, really, back then. No, you're not going out. No. Yeah, I don't know. I never heard of that before. I don't know, what is that? 2 numbers and a Powerball or something? Yeah, $200. Oh, okay, Mary. No, that's cool. Huh. Oh, okay. Yeah, each his own. Yeah, I'm lucky I never got forced. I'll tell you this. Now, you get this stuff third hand. I don't know, but I can tell you this, that I know 2 women in my life that got married, divorced because they found out their husbands were having affairs with guys. Oprah used to have shows on that, the down low. Oh, no kidding, huh, Mary? Oh, okay. So, there's a lot of things that can happen out there. Look at these murder shows, these doctors killing their wives and wives killing their husbands, blah, blah, blah. I just watched one the other night. This lady got like 50 years. They were going to let her out early until she went in front of the parole board. And the judge said she didn't show remorse. I'll tell you, I thought, what do you guys think about this? She said that she didn't show remorse. How is a judge qualified to determine what remorse is supposed to look like? On a scale of 10, he's supposed to be somber, a big smile, cheer, bring a mini Bible with you. I mean, I don't really totally agree with the judge being able to assess what true remorse is. People handle stress and loss and penalties differently. It's not all one size fits all. So, I mean, this lady could have been the most remorseful person that ever lived, and for whatever reason, this judge in his untrained mind thought she wasn't, and it cost her another 20 years, and probably she's going to die in prison because of this unprofessional assessment. I just really got a problem with it. I think these assessments should be by professionals. I'm not saying psychiatrists know everything, but a couple psychiatrists, 3 psychiatrists, independent report, something. But for a judge, I don't really get it. I don't really go along with it. You know, I mean, if you're a great actor and you have no remorse and you go in there and you cry and you know, put a big sad face on, I mean, and he buys it, well, then the system has failed. There's so many holes in our system, it's ridiculous. You know, there's the cat. That's what Daisy's trying to get. You know, that's what I thought. Yeah. No, yeah, yeah. I know a couple of gay guys that their parents took them to therapy when they were young. I had a buddy of mine that is an airline pilot, and this was 40 years, well, yeah, about 40 years ago. And he was divorced a couple times. And that's the guy I talked about. I went to his retirement party. Anyway, long story short, I thought this kid was gay from the get-go. I didn't give a shit. He was ordering Betty Crocker cookbooks. He caught him with some Playgirls under his bed. I mean, what more do you need? But he wanted grandchildren. And, you know, when you're a parent and, you know, a pilot and this macho bullshit, that's a tough pill to swallow for someone that narrow-minded. So fast forwarding, he pitched me one day over a couple of beers. Do you think my son's gay? I said, hell yeah, he's gay. He said, well, how do you know? And I spelled out how I know. And he said, well, I hope you're wrong. I said, well, for your sake, I hope I'm wrong too. But if he's gay, he's gay. I mean, it's not really up to me to feel it's wrong. I hope he lives a good, happy life. Long story short, that was 40 years ago. And my buddy just retired about 4 years ago. And he's married to a guy, a hell of a good guy. And I took a friend of mine down there from Traverse City to the retirement party. And we sat with the son and the husband. We had a hell of a good time, laughed our ass off. And, you know, we were drinking, of course. And my buddy was there with his, you know, 5th wife. And I said, boy, you know, it seems like just 35 short years ago when you were worried that Chad was gay. Now he's got such a beautiful husband with a big old schlong. Now, you do have a problem with the grandchildren. I said, but I'm telling you, Bill, this guy is a good guy. I mean, your son's a pilot. What are you bitching about? And we all kind of laughed. And things are good now. But who's got 35 years to wait that long? Yeah. Oh, boxing is a beast sport. Huge. Oh, yeah. I mean, you kind of got to be supportive. I mean, you know, the big wrinkle in the whole thing is if you're a really strict Christian. Now, if you're on the fringes of a liberal Christian, it's not so bad because you can always morph it into, you know, God loves all people and it's not up to you to judge. But if you're a strict Christian and you believe both parts of the Bible, the Old Testament and the Old Testament, Sodom and Gomorrah, the New Testament, man living with man, I hate to tell you, but there's no way around it. So, I mean, you're splitting hairs on this. And those are the problems that I see is the real right-wing, super conservative Christians. I mean, when's the last time you saw a gay Amish guy walking around with a pink bonnet, riding in a cart? You can't tell me. They say 10% of the population's gay. So you can't tell me it doesn't affect them any differently than anybody else. So some of these guys have to be living miserable lives. You know, getting married to Sadie and shutting their eyes and thinking of Brad Pitt while they're screwing their 320-pound Amish wife. Oh, there are too. The heck they're not. They're just not out of the closet. I guarantee you. The hell they're not gay Amish men. I mean, I don't know. These guys must live such terrible, miserable lives. Okay, Emily, you know what I'm talking. The Catholics are backing off this a little bit. I don't know of any Catholic parish where an out of the closet gay couple can get communion. I know a lot of gay priests, but that's different. Oh, that much, huh, Tim? Oh, can you really, Mary? Wow, you got some talent. Oh yeah, for sure they're in the club. They gotta be. Yeah. I mean, gay Amish, that's gotta be just like it was if you weren't Amish and gay in 1920. Yeah. Yeah, Donald, probably. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yeah, I'm Irish, but I don't really care about Irish. I never liked the corned beef and cabbage. I don't really like Guinness beer. I don't like any of the Irish stuff. Irish bars, none of it. I don't like any Irish food. Oh, did you, Mary? Oh, okay. Yeah, potatoes too, yeah. Cabbage. I mean, Irish food to me tastes like something your mother forced you to eat. I don't think once in my adult life have I been driving down the road thinking, God, I'd like a nice Irish dinner. Oh, hell yeah. Well, the problem is nobody ever knows. You'd have to be out of your damn mind to admit to your parents you were gay as an Amish. You'd probably be in the wood chipper by midnight that night. Hell yeah. I'd like to know one example of someone coming out of the closet in the gay community. Good luck. Oh, have you, Perkins? No, extra cabbage. Shit. Yeah. Oh, interesting, Mary. Interesting. Yeah, boiled dinner. No thanks. Yeah. No, I don't like that either. I don't like any Irish anything. Nothing. The desserts, the food. I don't like the kilts, the bagpipes. None of that. I know the Scottish have that too, but I've seen it at Irish parades. Oh, you like boiled? See, you're Irish, Mary, but you're hardcore Irish. You've embraced this as a young girl. Oh, for sure. I'd give you $1,000 to show me a line waiting outside to get in an Irish restaurant. It's not happening. I mean, these people had COVID numbers on their best days. Sucks. Yeah, it's just not for me. I don't even like English, Scottish food. I like Hungarian. I don't even like French. Do you remember when that Ethiopian restaurant was open in Greektown, Mary? The Blue Nile, it was called. I took a first date there one time. Yeah, that's why. You know why there aren't any? Because nobody would go to them. Yeah, the four-leaf clover. I mean, I think that's kind of cool. I like the idea about it, but yeah, just not into it. Yeah. And my dad was Scottish. No, I'm not into that either. Yeah, probably. I mean, if you go to like, there's a place in Cleveland, Slyman's Deli, you can get pastrami or corned beef that is good. It's like the gourmet cut. You know, corned beef is essentially pickled meat. No, I'd say that's about right, Tim. Yeah. Tim's a little late to the conversation about the transgender. He's talking about 6 to 12 inches. Yeah, great architecture. I would agree with that too. Oh, do you? I mean, there's probably somebody someplace that can make some kick-ass, you blindfold me and you say, hey, you big mouth moron, I'd like to have you over to dinner some night, but I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to make, and I'm going to blindfold you, and you got to just be honest. And they could blindfold me, and I'd, wow, this is great. What is this? Oh, this is super. Oh, wow, can I have another order of this? And of course, they take the blindfold off, and it's some kind of Irish dish I've never had. Probably corned beef in a crock pot for 3 years. Yeah, but Dan, I'll bet you at McCaffrey's, I bet a lot of food's not Irish, isn't it? I mean, we had one Dublin's down where I lived in Chicago, right over on the second block. But, they'd have it once in a while. I mean, it was named Dublin's, but the majority of their food was not Irish. Yeah, maybe that's what I don't like, corned beef. Yeah, but it's kind of like pickled. It's a process like pickling. Oh, you like it, huh? See, I don't like it. Salty, crappy. Yeah, it's just not for me. If I never eat another Irish dinner, it's be too short for me. Yeah, Brian, yep. Even pastrami, I'm not a big lover on that. I don't like lunch meat either. I don't give a shit where it's at. Those famous Detroit places. Mary, there's a Ganello's up there at 5 and Telegraph now. You've probably had a Ganello sub over the years, didn't you? Yeah, I think it's a successful business, but I'll bet you, other than St. Patrick's Day, they keep in business because of non-Irish food, you know? Now, something like that would interest me, like at a food truck where, they're going to have to deep fry the corned beef or something. Yeah, and I eat a Reuben sandwich like once every 5 years. Yeah, Arby's sucks. It does. Yeah, double baked rye bread. I like that. Yeah. Too fuzzy. Yeah, I just never. Do you ever have a Ganellas? I mean, you couldn't give me one of those. If you said I'll give you $50 to eat this Ganella sub, I probably wouldn't take you up on it. I don't think they're bad. I just don't like them. Oh, they did, Perkins. No kidding, huh? I love Mexican. Yeah, Mexican I really do love. I do. I love going. I don't care if you could take me and I could go to 10 Mexican restaurants and get the same thing, and it'd be different everywhere, which is what I like. The more authentic, the better. Yeah, I like these food trucks. I'll tell you what I don't like though. I don't like the idea that a food truck can pull right up in front of a freestanding building that's been there for 40 years and compete with them without paying a damn dime or property tax. That's not fair. It's not fair. Florida really cracked down on that. When I first moved down to Florida, I mean, you pull on the side of the road at a busy intersection, there'd be stone crab claws, lobster tails, shrimp, boiled peanuts. And for a lot of reasons, traffic hazards, no sanitary conditions, health issues, certification, zoning, they forced them all out. Oh, I believe that. I bet Texas has a million good places to eat. Oh, they sound good, Donald. Yeah, they do. It's just like that. What's that famous fish place on 5 Mile? The famous fish place? Fish and chips? What the hell's the name of that place? Oh, they do, Mary. Okay. I think it's the same outfit. I think they moved out there, Tim. I think it's the same people. You ate with your hands there, no silverware. It's Scotty Simpsons. Yeah, that's it. What do you think of that, Mary? Scotty Simpsons. I think it's okay, not bad. Well, I'll tell you why I like going there. They have great tartar sauce, and it's hard to get frog legs anyplace. You can get them there, frog legs. Yeah. Oh, you don't like fish, huh? Okay. Well, you're living in a good place then. That's got to be the meat and potato capital of the world, Mitchell, South Dakota. Yeah, frog, no, they're good. Frog legs are good. It's hard to get good ones. I'm sure they're getting them off the back of a Gordon's food truck, just like everybody else. Yeah. I wish we'd get, I wish we would get some more restaurants here. Yeah, rubbery chicken meat. Yeah, just don't like it. Yeah, Penny likes frog legs. You get many frog legs out there in Texas, Penny? Nothing really. I'd be glad to talk to you about it later, but not on here. Yeah, there's some place over near the Wyoming uh, drive-in, right at the Dearborn, Detroit border, a gas station that has good hamburgers. Oh, really, Mama Diggle? No kidding, huh? Yeah, I think they have to pay to be where they're at, but there are places where they can drive right out in front of a freestanding building and sell their food for much cheaper than the guy that's paying rent and a building payment or whatever. Yeah. Oh, really, Don? Yeah, I don't know where to. I couldn't tell you right now where to get any quality seafood. Something really good. It's all this like kind of red lobsterish type kind of stuff. Like half the size it should be. Yeah, pheasant. Pheasant. I've had pheasant before. It's pretty good if it's domestically raised. I don't like the taste of wild stuff. They're eating garbage bags and tabs from pop and other birds' poop and who knows what else. It tastes wild. That's it, Tim. Words of wisdom. Tastes like chicken. That's what they say. Same with turtle. There's a cat going to eat some more. That cat's got a bent tail. He's been around forever. Yeah, see, he's eating right now. Costco has really good seafood. Turtle's good, man. You don't even know where to get it. Gourmet House. I have seen that before. Isn't that a chain? It's a chain, isn't it, Perkins? Yeah, they do. You're one of the few places that's pheasant. Most pheasant programs are managed. I suspect they're managed where you're at too, though, because farming's changed. Pheasants don't do too well without human intervention. No, these cats hang in there, man. I'm not kidding you. They're tough as hell. Oh, thank you, Nathan. Appreciate it. Turtle's good. I'm gonna get you a turtle dinner next time I go down there on Intellectual. I know, Erica. But you eat meat, don't you? Believe me, I've had a conscience attack before. Thanks for bringing it up. Yeah, there's one down in Monroe, though they haven't had it for the last couple of years. There used to be Mary, you remember Topinka's, don't you? They were known for their turtle soup. Turtle dinner. It's snapping turtle. It's not one of the little green turtles you had as a kid when you were growing up, Erica. I don't. I haven't been down there in a while, Rose. Nope, but a lot of other people do who I hear from. It's dead down there. Oh, interesting, Perkins. No kidding. Yeah, they have wild game dinners all over. I don't know about now. Okay, now you say very little. Okay, so here's the $50,000 question, Erica. When you, whatever it is you eat, you don't feel bad enough to where it keeps you from eating it. So what gives here? Which is it? You're splitting hairs here now. You just take a couple Tylenols and then you start eating this. It tastes so good you can't help it. You have a bad day, and I think I'm going to eat something that should still be alive. I mean, how do you deal with this when you decide to eat very little? It isn't very little or a lot. It's whether you do or whether you don't. I got in an argument with the manager of the Barnes & Noble when I was living in Chicago, who always bragged about being a strict vegetarian. And then she'd say, except once in a while I eat a little turkey. And I'd say, well, you know what? You're not a vegetarian. She said, I eat very little of it. I said, I don't care if you eat very little of it or not. Vegetarians don't eat turkey. And she got pissed. There's Pam. Pam, are you vegan? Are you vegan? How do you kill a turtle? I never killed one. I don't know. I don't know how they do it. Come on, Erica. This is no time to disappear. Oh, I don't blame you. I mean, I got a lot of respect for people that don't eat meat. My wife never ate meat the whole time I knew her. Yeah, Tatinkas. Yeah, I loved it. Remember the big shrimp cocktail there? Yeah, I went there too, Cynthia. Sure did. Ended up burning down, didn't it? No, see, Pam at least has an argument for consistency. Oh, congratulations. Pam has a, where do you get all your protein? Cheese and, well, if you're vegan, you don't eat cheese either. Where are you getting your protein? Tofu? Oh, there you go. Dal knows how to do this. Oh, but come on now, Erica. You can't say because this thing is given a massage before they chop its head off that that's doing it any good. I'm not talking about the health benefits of locally raised grass-fed meat. It may be humanely raised, but I mean, you're acting like there's a different differentiation between clubbing it over the head with a Louisville Slugger, putting a 30-06 between the eyes, or electrocuting it. It still ends up in the death of the animal. That's the question. I mean, you felt bad for the turtle. What if that was humanely raised and it was raised on wheatgrass and given massages every other day before they lopped its head off? Would that make you feel any better about it? I want to get down to the brass tacks on this. Okay, there's an honest answer. Okay, good. I mean, you don't need to justify it to anybody. I'm just wondering how people compartmentalize getting to the point where they feel comfortable about eating a grass-fed calf and not wanting to lop the head off of a turtle. Dead is dead. That's a good question. That's an interesting. I'm glad you brought that up because there's quite a different philosophy on. That's the $50,000 question. Free-range chickens. Do you think a chicken has the intellect to realize he's free? If he does, maybe he lives a better life until he gets his head lopped off and all his feathers are boiled away in a pot of boiling water. If he doesn't, then why not put him in a cage? I mean, this is what we're dealing with nowadays. You know, is the capacity, is it because you as a human being that realizes what a cage entails? Do you think a chicken knows the difference? And if it doesn't really matter, does it? Virginia, what do you think about this, the free-range chicken? I mean, if I had to vote either way and the eggs are 10 cents more a piece because the chicken gets to go run around I'd probably say it. I'm fine with that. I guess I'd like the chicken to be running around, but I don't have any basis for that other than I think it's a good idea. I mean, to me, it seems like something out of a cage is better than in a cage. After all, as human beings, that's how we punish people. We put them in cages. So why would it be any differently for anything else that's living? This is my point. Okay, thank you, Cynthia. We're getting somewhere. Thank you. Cynthia stepped up to the plate. Yeah. It's about the sickness and infection from being crammed in close quarters. Okay. All right. So it isn't about whether or not they're alive or dead. No, I know, but just because, but humans created that. Humans created chickens being born for the sole purpose of eating. I get that. But that isn't doing the chicken any good. Oh, okay, close. All right, good. Free range chickens are good. Not as tender, no drugs, good eggs. No, but Donald, I'm asking with regard, free range is a philosophy. If you look at the people that really push for free range chickens, the way it's sold to the public, McDonald's has had problems with this, is that it's certified free range. That even though you're sitting down there eating your 19th chicken McNugget with a big smile on your face, a lot of people seem to have a problem with what kind of life this chicken led up until it got its head lopped off. I'm not talking about hygiene and disease. I'm talking about free range and how it relates to the quality of life of a chicken before he's chopped up into little pieces. I'm not talking about the taste, Perkins. I know they taste better. I'm talking about the quality of life of the animal. Okay, Cynthia. See, Cynthia, we're getting somewhere. She has other things to worry about. Remind me, Cynthia, if we ever date, that I sleep with one eye open. Yeah, if you look at studies, the free range stuff seems to taste better. And I tend to believe that's true because if you read books about meat processing, the number one thing that will make meat taste not as good is stress before the animal's killed. In other words, you got to come up and sneak up behind it with the 30-06 and put one between the back of its head. You don't want him to see you coming. Okay, there you go, Mary. That's right. Right. Yeah, but Virginia, I know this. I know they taste better. At least that's what people say. My point here is the argument against free range is the life of the chicken, the quality of life of the chicken. Now please answer that and that only. The question is not about whether they taste better or not. Is anybody out there concerned about the quality of life of the chicken before he's cut up into breasts and legs and wings? Quality of life, okay. Okay, now Pam, see, Pam, vegan. Pam has a good argument for that. Eating the fear and violence and sadness the animal suffered. But Pam, now, look, I'm glad for you that you do this. I'm not knocking it. But if somebody snuck up behind the whatever it is and put one right in the back of their head and they never felt any pain and didn't know it coming, what do you have wrong with it then? What part of it bothers you if they didn't experience any of what you just said? It makes people feel better. Bingo. Hedonistic, pleasure-seeking human beings. It is expensive. It will. It's true. What's not what happens, Erica? Well, here's the thing. I mean, if you're certified free range and the argument for free range is the quality of life of the chicken, are you saying it's not being killed humanely. See, this is the part I struggle with. Either you make the decision if you are on board or not, and if it ends up being the ultimate death of the chicken to create chicken McNuggets, if he's going to die for your consumption of meat, is it really that big a deal how he got killed? Hey, Wajikis, how you doing? No, that's true. No, I agree with that, Pam. But Pam, you're right about that. You're right. But that is the worst possible scenario. I'm talking about a place that claims to humanely end the lives of animals. And not what you just said. And I know you're right about this. I'm talking about places, for the sake of argument, if I could guarantee you whatever it is that we're killing and they didn't know it was coming and it wasn't inhumane, what problem would you have with that? No, I've read more than once. If you ever went to a slaughterhouse, you'd probably never eat meat again. See, I agree with that. I agree with that, Pam. I agree with that. I think that every time when I see a pig going down the highway, because a pig is smarter than a dog, and people would never talk to you again the rest of your life if they knew you killed your dog. I agree 100% with that. You're right. I mean, I guess you could argue that we're all sociopaths, because if what Pam says is correct, and I believe that it is, and I still eat bacon, then I'm a fraud or a sociopath, because I distance myself from the innocent slaughter of an animal that's proven to be smarter than a dog. Pam, you're killing these people in this argument. Totally, 100% agree with you. And I will own being a sociopath. Okay, then, Erica, that's a good answer. Okay, see, you wouldn't have a problem with it, Erica, which makes sense. But Pam still doesn't like the idea of it, even if she knows they're killed humanely. So, Pam, that's what I want to know. If I could guarantee you that they were slaughtered and they didn't know it was coming and they led a great life up until it was lights out, do you still have a problem with it then? Okay, well, okay, you love animals too much to pay. Okay. Oh, okay, Wisheki. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. Why, Oreo Rivera, why have you not eaten a piece of meat in years? What brought you to that? I'm going to own the sociopath, yeah. Because if I say, okay, yeah, I am a sociopath, the argument's over, which I would admit to. I mean, I don't think eating animals that are smarter than dogs that know it's coming is something to be proud about. And I do. I continue to do it. That's a sociopath. Cynthia, like I said, Cynthia, I'd sleep with one eye open around you. Yeah. Cynthia, were you a serial killer in another life? Look at Mary, flank state. Now, here's the thing. This is where Christianity comes in again, because if you read the Bible, it says that animals were put on this earth for human beings to use sparingly. That's nature, Perkins. No, I think that's different. No, I think it's different, because that's nature. That's how the whole food chain works. But someone like Pam's argument is there are alternative ways to live without slaughtering innocent animals. The lion has no choice.
Yeah, but I mean, that's only in theory, Pam. It's only in theory. It's also, if you look at the digestive system of human beings, it's hard to argue that we're not set up to eat meat because there's really no other way to get that kind of protein without meat, chicken, or fish, which could all, yeah. Sleep with one eye open. I think Cynthia was a serial killer. I like her answers. That's how David Koresh answered things, and Ted Bundy. It's like, hey, Ted, what do you think of cats? Fuck them. What do you think about eating meat? I don't give a shit. I like steak. Well, what about little innocent chickens that you're eating in that chicken McNuggets? I don't give a shit. I like the taste of them. Yeah, but you got to eat shit tons of plants to equal the protein. Like if you have a 50-gram protein requirement a day, you'd need to eat a half an acre. Yeah, that's kind of what it is, Tiash. Yeah, both. It's both. I know why we eat animals, but I'm trying to differentiate between, like, it started out with a discussion about free range chickens, and most of the people say they just wanted to make sure that it was because of disease and a cage and they were too close together. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when these chickens get killed, if they led a perfect life and didn't see it coming, why won't you eat them after that? There you go. Life is not a Disney movie. Yeah, it's true, Emily. I would agree with that. Yeah, yeah. Well, Cynthia, you're going to have to wait a little bit before he gets out of prison before you two can start dating. Do me a favor, please don't have children. No, me too, Eric. I'm with you. I'm in the same boat. I'm at the same boat. Okay, thank you, intellectual. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, you like me? Good. I know. Yeah, that's all right. You don't need to apologize for it. Own it. By the way, I know you were married before. Did they ever find his body? Were you ever investigated? Is he still alive? Oh, well, Pam now. Yeah, but Pam now. Pam. Now, I can show you some pretty good medical evidence on protein requirements. No, nobody maybe never even died, but they lived unhealthy lives. Where do you get your vitamin D from? Hey, Greg, how you doing? Hell no, Cynthia. Let me get a life insurance policy first. Yeah. You'll probably have 200 pounds of sausage in your refrigerator, and everybody is wondering why I can't find me. Yeah, it's funny you should say that with Sickies. Portal innocent lamb, yeah. Look at veal. Oh my God. Pam, I think that should be your go-to example, veal. That's one thing I don't eat. So I'm not a slam dunk sociopath. I'm not 100%er because I don't eat veal because of the way they're raised. Yeah. Yeah, but the animal world doesn't count. That's different. That's the food chain of Mother Nature. It's not a fair comparison. You know, I've heard that before. Hitler was a vegetarian. Yeah, was that ever substantiated? Does anybody know that? No, that's true. Yeah, yeah. Pam, now, so no cheese, no honey. Let me ask you this, Pam. Do you ever have a cheat day? The cheat day? Do you ever tempt it? Oh my God, Cynthia, you didn't need to tell me that. I know it.
You'll be running around the summer deep frying butterflies. I'm the same way too. Yeah, well, you've owned it then. See, the argument's over when you fess up. Veal is torture. Thank you, Perkins. Yeah, good. Absolutely true. Okay, Pam. No, Pam from canned food. So you're okay. I mean, I am too. That's different. The cat food, right? Thanks for feeding them cat food too, because if you didn't, they'd be eating songbirds. Oh, thank you, Mary. Yeah, me either. See, we got something in common. So you have your limitations. Yeah. Butterflies, intellectual. What is exactly vegan cheese? What is that? What is that made out of? No, you don't have to. It's up to you. It's legal. See, that's the deal that you can argue till the day you die. Whether it's legal or what, there's lots of things like this in life. Just because it's legal doesn't make it right sometimes. I'm not saying this is a good example of it all, but it's food for thought. I mean, who are you as a person? Oh, you think so, Cynthia? Okay, all right. Oh, okay. Yeah, people really get criticized. I mean, Pam, you don't have a problem with dogs eating meat, do you? Oh, it's good, huh? Yeah, go look in your refrigerator now if it's so damn good. How much is in there? When's the last time you ate it? I don't like sausages too much. Yeah, I'm the same way, Mary. Same exact way. Yep, one thing I won't eat. And I've been that way for like ever, you know. Yeah, I guess we're not. Yeah, almond milk. There's a link to that almond milk in sperm count. Did you know that? Yeah, there's a link to almond milk and sperm count. Yeah, here's something you guys don't know. Intellectual, you don't know this, and you don't either, are you? Do you see how much almond is actually in the milk? You guys are getting scammed. You think that's all almond, bunch of great. Yeah, look and see how much actual almond is in the milk. Nothing. Google it. Yeah, Pam, I got to go with you tonight, Pam. You get A+ for tonight's discussion. Pamela has backed up her factual statements and not pulled one thing out of her ass. And for that, Pam, you get A+. Yeah, there you go. 1 almond per 100 gallons. You guys are running around with a big smile on your face that you like almond milk. Thank you. Thank you, Rosiki. Chiki. Yeah, I love it when you hold my feet to the fire, Perkins. Yeah, I agree. But I've admitted to being a sociopath. No, I don't give a shit. That's the problem. It's not anything to brag about. I'm not consistent. I just got done telling Mary that I won't eat veal, but I'm going to bite into my lamb burger later with a big smile. That's fucked up. It's nothing I brag about. It's not good. I don't know about that, Virginia, but it's a logical conclusion. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think people read studies. I didn't say it was an opinion. I said it was a study, which means to me it was done by the AMA. I'm sure it's easy enough to find. Yeah. Of course, at Melodic's age, he's probably got a low sperm count anyway. If you read about fertility, and you look at couples that are trying to get pregnant, and that's the first thing they tell the guy is to quit jacking off. That's the first one thing they tell the guy. That lowers your sperm count. I think it's also why I probably never got anybody pregnant, so I'm not making fun of you. Well, I don't think it'd be classified as safe sex, Tim, but it definitely lowers your sperm count. Yeah. No, almond milk, right. Almond milk. Yeah, drink a lot of almond milk. Yeah. Yeah, well, you're not, now you know why. It's that almond milk you've been bragging about, which is a little bit suspicious when you consider one almond per 100 gallons of milk. Yeah, I mean, you're basically drinking water with a microscopic piece of almond in it. Congratulations. Yeah, which is totally true. Bingo. Need to be guided by the Kardashians. You nailed it, man. So true. That's the best statement all night tonight. And Caitlyn Jenner, find out what she has to say about it. Growing breast. Non-dairy meat. You hear that, Melodic? Yeah. You wearing any of your wife's bras yet? Thank you. Thank you for that, sweet tea. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, vitamin D. Yeah, probably not, but there's lots of people that had healthy kids that stood next to the same place you were located, See, now that Pam, once again, Pam, much different, totally different. Yeah, somebody else said that earlier. Hitler was a vegetarian. Yeah. Hey, Amy, how you doing? Vitamin D, yeah, right, yeah. But there are better ways to get vitamin D. You're better off getting it to here's one thing that when I ask people, they hardly ever know this. It's so weird. And that is, people think they get fat-free milk. I get it when I order my coffee, but I'll tell you, it's super surprising. And I bet I didn't learn this till like 20 years ago, how much sugar is in fat-free milk. Big time. Calorie-wise, even though it doesn't have the fat in it, you'd be getting off with less calories eating a Snickers bar. Oh, it does, Pam? Big time, Virginia, huge. No, they do. But that's the beekeeper in general. You talk about, they pass themselves off as good stewards to Mother Nature, and it's absolute fraud. They steal all their honey and then supplement it with high fructose corn syrup from China. Total fraud. Roadkill barbecue would make more sense. Red capped milk. I don't know what it is. Yeah, but Tim, you look at some of those studies on vitamin D in the sun, they're pretty shaky. Yeah. Yeah, feta cheese is the saltiest cheese there is. Yeah, beekeeping's fun, but not the way that they sell it to you in the media. You want to get a Warray hive. You don't want to get a Langstroth hive, the little square boxes you see sitting out in the field. It's the worst thing you'd do for an insect. It's total murder. Pam, do you look at beekeeping as a form of exploitation against Mother Nature? You're right, Debbie and Dave. Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you this too: is honey actually has an enzyme in it that will rot your teeth quicker than table sugar. But when I was into bees heavy, people were always telling me honey does this. My husband gets a big hard on because he has honey. I don't get headaches, my allergy. Bullshit. I mean, there's women out there that think their boobs are going to get bigger by putting a teaspoon of honey in a cup of tea. Horse shit. Such bullshit. Yeah, pollination is total fraud. Yeah. Hey, Kat, how you doing? How's it going? The bees are great, but bees weren't even in the United States until like 1840. There's all sorts of ways things get pollinated. This is what they don't tell you. Bees are used for commercial capitalism pollination. If you just had a small garden for your own consumption, if giant 10,000 acre farms weren't trying to make a bunch of money, you don't need bees in boxes in fields. The wind, there's all sorts of other insects that pollinate things. They've suckered the public into thinking the bees are dying. Well, the bees are dying because of human beings, number one. And number two, because the bees are worked to death and used for, 5,000 acre farms of watermelons. You're never going to naturally pollinate that stuff. It's just not going to happen. So you have to act like the people that made this big bee dying thing popular, even though humans are responsible for it, is basically, like Virginia said, the almond industry. Without bees, you can't have 10,000 acre farms. If you were just a person for human consumption, you wouldn't need them. Like I said, until 1840, bees weren't even used for pollination in the United States. Yeah, neonicotinoids, yeah, lots of things. But a lot of them die because they're driving them all over in trucks and stealing all their honey and replacing it with dirty, lead-laced Chinese high fructose corn syrup brought over here in tankers. It's a lot of things. Pesticides don't help. Oh, I agree with that, Perkins. Yeah, Kat, that's a consistent answer, Kat. A consistent answer. Good for you. Yeah. You got it, Virginia. So true. Bingo. Correct. They are what they are. But they pollinate naturally. Yeah, right. They're not you're exactly right. The wind pollinates just fine. Yep, Pam, good. Yeah, great. Yep, makes sense. No, makes sense. Apples are a big one. Blueberries are huge. Watermelons, sugar beets. Those are the big ones. And the number one, like Virginia said, is almonds. Yep. No, 6 Mile Mary, you're right about that. Yep. Boy, and growing up where you did in Brightmoor, well, that's surprising. God, you must have had a hell of a time getting a date. If you're going to be critical of teeth and you grew up on 6 Mile and Telegraph, you got your work cut out for you. Yeah, that's true, Greg. That's another myth that they propagate, that honey lasts forever. Horse shit. It lasts a long time, but it doesn't last forever. If you'd ate any of that honey you'd have found in any of those Egyptian coffins, you'd have died the next morning. What a bunch of bullshit. I don't know who starts these rumors. Yeah, thank you, intellectual. An indoor fan, an electric. Oh, that'll work, Simca. I believe that. Yeah, are you a vegetarian? Yeah, that's true. Yep, many self-pollinating plants, yeah. Asexual reproduction. That's very interesting, by the way. I don't know if you've ever read about it. Oh, we're still talking about it, Ken. Yeah. We're trying to get everybody here to be as comfortable as they can about being a sociopath and owning up to their mental illness. No, that's true, Mary. But you weren't dating patients. I'm talking about the neighborhood. Pam, you can grow a lot of things inside. You can grow a lot of things inside. What are you pollinating, Simka? What would you be using that for pollination? What are you doing? Pollinating what? What are you pollinating? Marijuana plants? Mental illness, SMK? I'm not that smart anyway. These people on here are coming up with better comments than I ever make. It's the people in the chat that create the good dialogue. Certainly nothing I ever said. Thank you, Intellectual. Let's get some t-shirts made. Yeah. We'll keep working on it. You may want to hang around with Cynthia. Well, sweet tea, just say that you don't like the idea of animals being slaughtered and chickens not being free range, but yet you eat eggs and you love barbecued ribs. You can't have it both ways. Yeah, okay. That's a good answer, Mary. Yeah, much different. Yeah. I was thinking in the last 5 years, you've been gone almost. How long you been out of there now? Yeah, not really smart. I don't have anything to support that. I can show you my transcripts. The cancel attack. Oh, gotcha, Pam. Yeah, all right. Yeah, it makes sense. Oh, yeah. Don't believe it, Amy. Cross-reference it. Yeah, Beal. No, I can't do that. That's one. That's why I know. See, that's the inconsistency. You know, people over here, if I was abusing Daisy or killed one of these domestic cats, I'd be arrested for a felony. In Asia, I wouldn't. I could grab that cat walking across the top of that fence, skin him, deep fry him, and share it with my neighbors in the local police department. I'd get a big hug. Now, even though that's fucked up, they've admitted the sociopath within, and you gotta give them A+ for being consistent. This is the country that's inconsistent. The United States is the only country in the world where it's illegal to sell horse meat for human consumption. Why? Lobbying. Rich polo people. Horse fanatics. My friend Flicka. TV shows. Political pressure. Can you imagine trying to get elected into office if you thought it was a good idea to slaughter horses for meat for human consumption? You'd never win. But it isn't real. You can make dog food out of them, but you can't use it for human consumption, even though it's a lot better than a lot of the meat you buy in the store. Yeah. Okay, but Cynthia, okay, you eat meat, you eat it once a year. You say if you're lucky, is that just because the places you usually dine don't have it? You don't feel comfortable cooking it? You're not backpedaling here, are you? Why do you only eat it once a year if you're lucky, if you like it? Why? I probably would. You know, bugs are a delicacy in a lot of places. Yeah. Pam, if you're dating and you're still fertile, you want to make sure you leave a lot of almond milk around. Really encourage it. No, that's a good question. Ask your legislature. Yeah, draw the line. Well, give it to your boyfriend, Amy. You'll be able to get off the birth control pills. I wouldn't rely on it though. No, see what I mean? And that's exactly why, 6 Mile Mary. That's exactly why. It's because of public perception, how it's been sold to people as kids in schools. Yeah, see, now Simca, kosher makes a lot of sense 100 years ago. It doesn't anymore. With the health rules and I don't think kosher makes any sense anymore. I do think it's a better quality cut, but from a health standpoint, I don't buy it. But you didn't ask me, so sorry. Oh, okay, Cynthia. Okay, good. Yeah. No, I know. France, I know it's huge delicacy. It's expensive, but I would say it's a better cut. I remember my parents talking about kosher corned beef all the time. Makes sense in what regard? Why? Say why. It's cleanliness is why they did it. You're thinking it has something to do with the way that the, let's say, cattle is bled out, right? The way it dies. Well, yeah, give me an example, Simca. Because I think if you went into any quality meat house, even if it wasn't kosher, you wouldn't find much difference. I do think it's a tick up, but my interpretation of it was is kosher was more an issue of cleanliness than it was quality of death for the animal. Hey Taiwan, how you doing? No, it's a blood thing, I know. Yeah, I know I know it's about animals raised for food, but that's what we've been talking about in everything we've talked about that is animals raised for food. Veal, chickens, ducks, pheasants. I mean, everything's raised for food, or it's a pet, one or the other, or it's wild. Those are the three choices you get. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's that's what I said, but that's my argument for it, 6 Mile. It's a cleanliness issue. Yeah, it's a cleanliness issue. But I don't think it makes sense now. Cleanliness, but you say merciful killing. So what is your understanding of how, let's say, a beef steer is killed? What's your understanding of how that's merciful? They could be. Oh, I see, because they weren't raised for food. Okay. But that's an opinion. In That's an opinion. But it's a $50,000 question. It's who you're asking if they're raised for food, Oh, duck is super fatty, yeah. PF Chang's 2,900 calories for a crispy duck dinner. Nothing below the ribs. Yeah, yeah. Is it? Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Now, Simca, so I'm assuming that you don't eat pork, right? And the kosher argument for that is because of the environment they live in. But I'm here to tell you, yeah, biblical, I would agree with that. But I'm here to tell you that pigs appear dirty because of the environment that human beings put them in. If you put them in the same kind of circumstances as you do as a dog, they wouldn't be dirty at all. And the reason they get dirty is because they don't have sweat glands and they're trying to get cool. Yeah, I don't care for venison. Yeah, no, if you're Jewish and you're in Oak Park, I mean, you better be kosher. Yep, no pork or shellfish. Yeah, I forgot about the shellfish. Yeah, you're right about that. And what's the argument about shellfish? I forgot about that. Why don't they like shellfish? You know? Yeah, I knew that, but that's the religious aspect. I mean, I get the religious, I'm talking about uh, the cleanliness aspect. You must have got some bad ones then, Greg. You might have got some bad ones. I got some bacteria on it. Yeah, that makes sense too, Mary. Yeah, it does. Yeah, pigs are way smarter than dogs. They are. Yeah, there's actually a couple guys up here I know that, yeah, oh, bottom feeders. Okay. Shrimp aren't really bottom feeders. Oh, you're not Orthodox. Okay. Perkins, why do you say that? I bet if I blindfold, you couldn't tell the difference. I love crab legs too, yeah. Oh, they do, Donald. You sure about that? I don't think they eat whale poop. They eat krill. All right, Cynthia. Take a good look in the mirror tonight, babe. Polish up that sawed-off shotgun you got for when we meet. Oh, way to go. Yeah. Yeah, catfish and carp, yeah. Carp's good if you get it smoked. Well, I think I'm going to sign off, you guys. I hope you guys have a good night today. And yeah, right, Ellen. It is gross. So I hope you guys have a good night tonight. And thanks for coming on. I never think I'm going to be on this long. I just kind of get on spur of the moment, partying. All right, you too, sweet tea. Good night, Mary. All right, Perkins. Good night, Donald. All right, S&K. Good having you. Thanks, Greg. See you, Wosicki. You too, Devin Dave. Thank you. Goodbye, Erica. Yeah, you too, Simka. Yeah, you too. Thanks a lot. It was a fun chat tonight. Thanks. Hey, Stephanie. Good night, Tim. See you, Penny. Penny, I'll get that list together. There's only about 4 of them, but I want to give you my best ones. Yeah, yeah. Sorry about it. I'll be on tomorrow, though, Stephanie, for sure. Yeah. You're on that West Coast, you know. Seems like everything ends early when it starts out here. So have a good night, everybody. See ya, intellectual. Yeah, you have a good night too. Yeah, have a great night. Party all night. Okay, Kat. You have a good night.